It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about EXP farming. So this is something that's a little bit hard for a lot of players, especially when they're trying to level up multiple cookies, and it can get a little bit tiresome trying to figure out ways to increase your EXP rate at a faster level to where you can actually get all those cookies leveled up as quickly as possible. Now, there is no specific streamlined way that will level each and every cookie up the fastest way, but I can at least cover the mathematical calculations that show each different way you can kind of go about it and how you can really think about how your efforts and resources are being spent. So, in earlier worlds, whether it be story or dark mode, a lot of the times for like topping grinding or topping piece grinding, you might come to these worlds because you'll get the same level and amount of resources as far as toppings and topping pieces at a lower rate. So only 10 stamina jellies or 7 depending on which world you go to. Where at the higher worlds, when you go to say like episode 14 dark mode, when you get there, you'll only get 2 topping pieces and some similar toppings and medium toppings. So you're not getting a huge increase when it comes to topping size amounts, but you are getting a big increase when it comes to the EXP jellies. And so I'm going to go through that. So when we look at it, if you were to specifically get a cookie that's brand new, has 0 EXP on them completely, you've just unlocked them, it's going to take you 5,437,570 EXP, like total, out of all the EXP. And there's different levels of EXP, so there's level 4s, level 3s, level 5s, etc. And they each give different amounts. So we're going to go down to World 7, and I'm going to show you what that's going to look like first. So if we were to grind out one of these for 10 jellies, or 10 stamina jellies, we will get 5 150 EXP things. Now, if we were to grind this stage, let's say we had an unlimited amount of times we could grind the exact same stage, so that way the results wouldn't change. And out of the amount of stamina jellies that I have, 123 max, if that replenishes every 6 hours, I can do this like 3 times a day. And so if I were to do that, then it would take a total of 294 days to get 1 cookie's worth of full EXP. Almost a year's worth of grinding to get 1 single cookie completely upgrade ready off EXP jellies just from this mode. And you're like, wow, that's not much. That's enough to get 1 cookie leveled. It's going to take forever, right? Well, we have multiple ways to make EXP jellies in this game, so I'm going to cover each of those different ways and the variations between each of them. So we're going to be jumping different timelines and not necessarily going in order, but really just giving good comparisons. And so next I'm actually going to cover the technically fastest way to get the EXP jellies for your cookies. Now here you get 7,400 EXPs. So that is a total of 2,800 EXP for 1 session, 1 little grind through. And so mathematically the way that produces out, if you were to have an unlimited amount of times that you could do this stage specifically in a day, because you can't in dark mode, but if you could, you were able to do 134 days to get 1 cookie fully upgraded with that same equations. But here you're using 17 jellies, so that's factored in that math. It is factored in that you're using 17 jellies each try, and it's going to take you 134 days. So that's a third of a year instead of 2/3 of a year. You're shaving off a lot of time there. And so the higher you go in dark mode, or even story mode, because I can show you story mode here, we're still going to get 7,400 EXPs. So this is where you could unlimitedly grind it for only 16 jellies instead of 17, so that'll take a little bit less time and it will get you that. But dark mode's going to be a little bit better because you have the guaranteed rates to get the topping pieces, so it's worth your money to spend 1 extra stamina jelly in the dark mode if you can. So 134 days just for this mode, just for the highest level. The higher you are, the easier it is to grind for more of those jellies. So if you're stuck at some point and you're like, I don't know where to go, I don't know how to level up really well, pick the highest point in dark mode that you have unlocked, or like the highest 5 or 6 levels, and each day spend your stamina jellies just grinding between those few levels. You will quickly build up those stamina jellies in comparison to the lower levels. So that's the first thing to cover. Next thing, Tower of Chaos. Let's say you get all the way to tray 150, and you come here and you get 6,400 pieces. So you get 60 level 4s. That means that we take 60 times 400, that's 24,000, and we take the total amount of EXP it takes to get a cookie to level 60 from level 1, and that's going to take you 226 days. It usually takes you about 25 to 30 days just to get to this top point. So that means you've only got 10, 15 days maximum to grind out a 226 clock of EXP jellies from the Tower of Chaos. So this is an area to get EXP jellies for sure, but the keys don't recharge fast enough to give you a lot of EXP jellies very quickly. So the Tower of Chaos, it's going to be an additional help, of course, but it's not going to be your main source to get EXP quickly. The next fastest source is going to actually be from the cookie houses, which that shouldn't be surprising, but just to give an example here, I do not have all of my cookie houses at maximum level. I'm still working on that, but they're not all there currently. I got some 10s, a 13, we've got an 8, I think we have 1 7, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9. So most of them are within the high points. We've gotten past all the 7s. Good. So we're almost level 10s for all of them. I get about 5,242 jellies every 6 hours. So I can theoretically make almost 16,000 jellies 3 times a day, because I gotta sleep, so I can't sadly collect during my sleep time. That would be great, but seeing as that, I can at least effectively collect 3 times in one day, up to 16,000 jellies. If I do that every single day, not factoring in any other things, not factoring any events that are going, or any burning time, or anything like that, just the cookie houses on their own, doing their own thing at the levels I currently have them, I could get a cookie to full level in 346 days. So in 1 year's time, I would have enough jellies from just the cookie houses to completely level up 1 cookie. So keep that in mind. Then we're going to go to the slowest, like the absolute slowest way to completely level up a cookie. And that is the Fountain of Abundance. It does really good as, yet again, an additive, but it's not going to be your best full-on level option. So mathematically, the way this works out is every 8 hours, I can get 22 over every 4.5 minutes, which it works out twice a day, so 16-hour collection, twice a day to 4,800 stamina jellies at level 14. So this would take 1,137 days to fully upgrade 1 cookie at that production rate. That's by far the slowest. So, the things that you can do to, of course, help this: stamina, time reduction, level up the fountain, lab upgrades for different things like cookie house production time, things like that. All those are going to help your EXP generation. But the 2 fastest ways you're going to have is between your cookie houses and the highest level dark mode grinding. when you combine all of it together, of course, you'll have it within 5 to 10 days for each cookie, because it all compounds very nicely and very quick. Like right now, I believe last week I started with pomegranate at level 46, and so for that reason it's already gained 10 levels, and that was really nice because that is just the compounding of everything I've been doing for it to build up for that level for pomegranate cookie. But it's still not maxing out after like 5 days. So it's taking time, but all of it combined together is how you can get it to that point. And you gotta also think, I have these Kingdom Pass points here. These are all generating EXP jellies too. So it's a much faster and higher pace than your traditional like free-to-play collection or people that are just focusing on specific modes. If you're not utilizing all the options that I talked about, it's going to take you quite a while to build up all the cookies. Quite a while. So hopefully these all should be helpful, and these methods should be educational to you guys on how to get those EXP jellies a little bit faster. And if you guys have any feedback or comments you want to add, I would love to hear them. But thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good day.